salmon on. Right there. Right there. Right on the top of that hump. It feels like a dandy too. Nice. Awesome. 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 I love it when I find them on structure and get them to go. There's all kinds of scattered bait there. This is the second one I've had on. Oh, he's a head shaking fool. Man, oh man. Fingers crossed we'll get them to the net. We'll see. They're scattered all over behind me, just here and there on humps. There's a lot of bait back there. And I don't think they're biting that great. I think the bite just might be getting started. Wow. What a powerful fish. They fight so hard. They do. They just fight so hard. They're such a great... Oh, nice jump. Just trying to keep him down. Awesome. Small dodger and a shad tube, guys. A little bit of meat on there and sweeten the deal. And find the marks, work the marks, and good things happen. Man, they're just bulldogs, though. They fight so hard. Nice king. Oh, that's a nice fish. Right there. Bingo! Woo! Chunk! Oh, that's a nice fish. I love salmon. Oh, I had him good. He wasn't getting away. I got him with both hooks. Outstanding. Look at that handsome king, guys. Folsom Lake Chromer. Beautiful fish. They're here. There's a lot of them here. I'm going to guess that's probably 18 inches, but let's get him revived and get him back down where he belongs. All right, for you guys and girls that want to get out on our reservoirs that have king salmon and consistently hook those kings, the number one piece of advice I can give you is keep things simple, okay? I like to start out the day pulling spoons, moving fast, trying to find some fish. Having said that, if you find some fish that you think are kings and you can't get them to go, it's time to slow down. My number one offering for more than probably 25 years has been a Dodger and a Hoochie. In this case, I'm pulling a silver 4-inch fisheye Dodger. I've got a shad tube back there on a double hook rig, and I am tipping that shad tube with a little piece of cured mackerel. Kings love meat. Add a little meat to your presentation. It really helps. And I like to put the piece of meat on the hook closest to the nose on the shad tube, because what I want them to do, I want them to come in after that meat and actually get hooked on the rear hook. If you put the meat on the rear hook, they're gonna nip at it. Well, they come in to nip at that meat and they get the full effect from that rear hook. Works real well. They can be very critical in terms of leader length. Usually the rule of thumb is 2 to 2.5 Dodger links behind. So if you're running a 4-inch blade, you want to be running an 8 to 10-inch leader. Now, knowing Folsom, I fish out here a lot, they tend to favor a little bit shorter leaders here. When I left here in February, I was running 6-inch blades with 8-inch leaders. So I shortened that down to 7 inches today. Haven't been out here since February. And once I found the kings, immediately got into them, you know, hooked 2, lost the first one, landed the second one. I think I'm gonna make one more pass through my fish. Having a sonar unit with a GPS is really, really important if you want to be successful on kings, okay? You need to be able to identify bait. You need to be able to identify the types of arches that kings make. Beyond that, I am a structure fisherman. There's a lot of guys that like to target their kings in open water, and I do get fish in open water, but given a choice, I would much rather have my kings congregating around a hump, and that's exactly what I found. I've got western grebes out here. I've got scattered, pods of pond smelt higher in the water column, and when I get on these humps that are anywhere from 45 to say 52 feet deep, there are arches milling around. I was running that rig about 10 feet off the bottom when that fish hit, hooked him real well. I think the bite is just getting started out here for the day. But like I say, Lucy's kind of getting hot. She found a little spot of shade there. It's supposed to be almost 90 out here today. So I think I'm gonna bait this up one more time, get it back down there, make another pass through my track where I found those fish, and then call it a day. But remember, if you're out fishing for kings, don't overthink it. You can cut your tackle selection down, focus on the strategy of finding the fish, finding the bait, and then making repeated presentations to those fish. You want to be there when they bite. Kings are quirky. Sometimes you'll find them in the morning and they won't go. You'll come back at 11 o'clock and you'll have a wide open bite between 11 and 3. So they do have different feeding windows throughout the day. But typically, if you can find them on some sort of shallow structure that's shallower than the surrounding water, especially if there is some bait around, you can get those fish to go. Because those fish that have moved up on that shallow structure, they've only moved up there for one reason, and that's to hunt. They're looking to feed, and put it in front of their face, you're gonna be yelling fish on. If you're looking for fisheye dodgers, shad tubes, rods, reels, whatever, you know where to go. FHSfishing.com. I'm gonna get back to work here, guys. Thanks for all the support, and I'll catch you next time right here on YouTube.